I'm meteorologist Brett Collar back with another live update on this weather alert day. Due to the potential for strong to severe thunderstorms, we have declared a forewarned weather alert. Let's start with Exact Track 40 radar. The widespread heavy rain, a lot of lightning and thunder that we had earlier, kind of out of here, but we're not done yet. Even though there's a little bit of a lull in the heavy rain, there is still some light to moderate rain falling in parts of Metro Detroit. And there's also still a little bit of lightning and thunder, especially along and north of M59. You can see up towards Howell, Fowlerville, up towards Cohocton, Flint, over towards Lapeer. There is some lightning and some thunder, but no severe weather. We'll talk about that in just a moment, though. That may change later on this evening. Even north of I-69, there continues to be that mixed precip that continues to fall. But all this moisture is coming from the south and southwest, so that's ushering in milder temperatures. They're rising, and so everything that we're seeing now pretty much all changing over to rain. The widespread heavier rain that we had earlier is now well off to our east, but there's still more showers and thunderstorms back to the west. Lansing getting in on the action right now along and south of Interstate 69, just to the east of Kalamazoo. There's some strong thunderstorms, but again, like I mentioned, nothing severe at the moment. We'll put a storm motion on this over the last hour, and you can see how there is a little bit of an easterly component, but for the most part, it's moving to the north and east. So we'll watch this closely, but it does look like the bulk of this is something that we're likely going to miss out on. It'll be close. If you're west of 275 or 75 near Flint, you might get clipped by this. But for most of us here in southeastern Michigan, we're looking ahead to what's happening now in northern Indiana. So we'll put the radar on here and pan down this way, and you can see heavy rain, strong thunderstorms just to the north and northwest of South Bend, along with a lot of lightning and thunder. But you can kind of pick out where this tail is here, and I think this is what we're going to be watching for the next couple of hours, as later on this evening we'll see more of these showers and thunderstorms start to move through southeastern Michigan. We'll zoom out further and put on the national radar so you can see the size of this system. There are more showers and thunderstorms back in parts of Illinois, a lot of lightning and thunder there as well, but also you can see it stretches down into the plains. And this is where they are talking the potential for more tornadoes, stronger thunderstorms than what we're going to see here today. We are still under the gun. I don't want to underemphasize that, but we are expecting stronger storms down to our south and southwest. But this system, quite a bit of lightning and thunder. In fact, we'll put on the lightning counter here so you can see how much this system has been pushing out lightning-wise. In the past 5 minutes, nearly 700 lightning strikes. And while most of that has not been in southeastern Michigan, there certainly has been enough here in lower Michigan, especially in the southwestern portions of the state near Kalamazoo. But there's also still some lightning near Flint, over towards Port Huron as well. Even earlier today, when we had that mixed precip move through and the snow and the little bit of sleet that we had, there was some lightning and some thunder snow. Not common, but something that we do sometimes see here in southeastern Michigan. So I mentioned earlier, nothing is severe at this point because we simply haven't reached the criteria yet. In order to trigger a severe thunderstorm warning, there has to be either observed or radar indicated signs of either winds of 58 miles per hour or stronger, or hail 1 inch in diameter or greater. We haven't had that yet, and hopefully we won't. But later on tonight, I do suspect that the stronger storms will be moving in and will be giving us a better chance to see some of the hail and wind threats that we talked about here. If this does happen, get indoors, away from doors and windows. Let's stay safe here later on this evening. We talked about a lot of lightning and thunder, and there is quite a bit out there, and there will be more later on. So if you are outside, try to avoid open fields, avoid the top of hills and ridges, and try to stay safe, especially in those indoor structures. That's the best place to be. Also, you want to stay away from water, metal objects, fences, and poles. That's some of the basics here of lightning safety. It's also not just when the storm is overhead. Lightning can strike well away from where thunder and lightning is being heard from and seen. So even though the storm may have passed, the lightning threat is still there. So something to keep an eye on and just keep in mind as we progress throughout the rest of today. Now, some good news here. The Storm Prediction Center has scaled things back a bit. We were under the orange shade, which is level 3 out of 5, the enhanced risk. They have since taken that down to a slight risk, level 2 out of 5, which is good news. This first round of showers and thunderstorms this morning stole a lot of the energy in the atmosphere, and so what's to come later on still has a good chance to be strong to severe, but the overall threat is just a little bit lower, so some good news there. But like we've been talking about, the storms down to our south and southwest are expected to be stronger later on today, so we'll have to watch that closely. For us, though, we are certainly under the gun here. One of the biggest concerns is flooding. That first batch already gave us a good dose of rain, and that's why most of southeastern Michigan is under a flood watch 8 p.m. this evening through 8 a.m. tomorrow, so flooding certainly a concern. Let's time it out for you and watch what happens. The next couple of hours, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Still hopeful that we might get a quick break in action come 5, 6, 7 p.m. But then the evening round of storms moves in, and I think this is where we have the best potential for any severe weather, any stronger storms. So 8 o'clock, strong, heavy rain moving through. Lightning and thunder are likely, and some strong winds are also likely as this system continues to push everything to the east and northeast. By midnight, scattered showers are still falling, but at this point, the severe weather threat should be coming to an end. So I'm looking mainly between, let's say, 7 and 9 or 10 p.m. is our window for the best chance for strong to severe thunderstorms. Now, this system's going to give us a good dose of rain. Counting what we had this morning, on top of what we'll get later on, some areas will see over an inch, perhaps an inch and a half of rain. So this is definitely the potential for flooding we're talking here in southeastern Michigan. Check those sub pumps if you have them as we head throughout the next few hours, because they will be working hard to get that water out. In terms of the overall threat, I still think strong damaging winds is our biggest concern, but again, flooding is there, and even though the hail and the tornado threats are not as high, they cannot be ruled out. Now, one thing that we'll have to watch for later on also, because of the strong wind threat, the ground is saturated, power lines going down. So if that does happen, call 911, stay away from them. We have to always assume that these are live. So again, because of the potential for strong to severe thunderstorms for the rest of this Wednesday, we have declared a forewarned weather alert. We're back in about 20 minutes with another live update here on Local 4 Plus.